everybody. Actually, one second. I just wanted to give a breakdown for one of my students about our second line form, but I decided to go ahead and put it up on YouTube anyways. You know, what's the harm? It's a good beginner set. We have these that come before the elements. The people I do Xingyi with and our group, we look at the elements as very, very deep. You know, and if you give it to most beginners, they don't really get that. They kind of go, oh, okay, well, this is neat. What's next? So we kind of hold off on teaching the elements for 4, 5, 6 months and give a basic understanding of movement. You know, how to move, different ways of moving, developing your body, your flexibility, getting you really ready to dive into the elements. And so kind of with that in mind, part of this beginning level I'm talking about, we have 5 line forms. Now, I've posted these up on YouTube before, but I haven't really broken them down and kind of explained what they do and what they uniquely develop each one. Well, number 2, it's got a few single side movements here where you're, say, blocking and striking. It also has a lot of, the only way I can describe it is a sawing motion. You know, one pulls back, the other goes forward. You know, it's starting to lead into that whole body movement theory, you know, the 6 harmonies that we use later on. Also, it develops kind of a surging power to where when you're moving, you're pulling yourself together, even though you're expanding a little bit, your body is chambering, and then you rock out of that. So the way I've always understood it, it's almost kind of like a wave. The wave pulls back and hits, pulls back and hit, and pull back, hit. See, it's kind of the same movement. Anyways, so let me see what I can do for this, and hope you all enjoy. So the first movement we've got, we'll start feet together, and we're going to step 45. And we're going to punch straight ahead, kind of to where the opponent would have been. And this hand is somewhere in here. I'm really not picky about details. So it's more of a passing movement. You know, I'm passing this and then hitting. So, hit. And then I'm going to here. That movement. And you'll see that sometimes in like Sun style Tai Chi, where you're here. And that block, pulling the shoulder back and pushing forward. So the movement's there, here. And then our next movement here, like Bang Chuan. So we're turning and surging into it. So the next move, this is one that I'm really not a fan of, but it's in there, so I might as well show it. We Bang Chuan here, and we'll elbow. And along with this whole body principle, it's not just me going here, there. It's when this goes out, this one goes the opposite direction to create that whole body snap. So, here. Okay. And you'll notice that a lot of this footwork, almost all of it, is 45s. Okay? It makes it really simple. Hit. And then we'll step up to a T, and this clears. And this is down. It's not a straight punch here. It's actually down lower. So I've cleared. And then this hits this way as it would go under an arm. So block an arm, hit. Next movement, 45 again, here, here. And these aren't really tiger claw strikes as you'd see in a lot of styles, but I do want you to notice one thing. The movement arcs here, and then as the right hand goes out, the left hand follows that same arc back down. And you'll see when you do it a little bit harder, well, let me demonstrate. So if I'm here, just straight out, straight, straight. Okay, you didn't see a lot of body pop or connection there. But if I'm here, see, it's much harder, and I'm not really putting that much more effort into it. So, up, up, hitting with the heel of the hand, here. Okay, so from here, next, again, we have this drawing movement, except this time it comes up and it hits here. So it would hit low again, but the difference is that once I've cleared, I'm getting under the arm, and again, I'm hitting the ribs, this lower area, but I'm not using that same strike. I'm using a different way to get the arm out of the way to expose more rib area. And I think the logical understanding for that is that, and this sounds silly, but you got to think about it. If the arm's down, you have limited rib space to strike, right? So a palm, to really get your fingers and everything in there, see how much room that covers? So I'm actually hitting the soft tissue, not the ribs. So if I want to hit with a palm, I have to lift up the arm to get more access to the ribs. It's a little bit confusing. I'm kind of putting this up offhand. But I hope you understand that to use a bigger striking weapon, you have to clear more room to hit with. I think that makes sense. So, here, here. And then this is the last movement, here. And then that's the end of the form. So I'll do it in little sections here. Here again. And one more time. I can do about half of it. I got pretty limited space here. So, some people might wonder why I'm putting it out, if I'm giving away secrets. But I really don't think this is anything secret. It's something that develops a lot of good habits. Teaches you how to move. You'll have to forgive me, I'm still a little sick from Thanksgiving weekend. And you can actually hit with it, and it's got applicable moves. So, and it's also not something that you have to play soft like I was doing. You can hit harder. So, if we're here, so we can actually strike hard with these movements, but at first you want to play it nice and soft and slow to kind of give yourself the technical perfection you're looking for. Then you can amp it up. Anyways, I hope this helps. Have a great night.